We're not doing it yet. All right, so I got this Tascam PortaCapture X6. Just so you know, this is not a paid video, but Tascam did send me this device. So what I wanted to do with it is I wanted to do some field recording and kind of just test it out, see how it does, try it out, listen to it. And so I have my friend Monse is coming over and we're going to go to USD and try out some spaces there, try recording some spaces there. She is an artist and I will have links to her socials in the description below. So please go check her out. She's made some really great tracks. I love her voice. Go check out her stuff, support an artist, you know? So again, this is not a sponsored video. This is not a review of the Tascam PortaCapture X6. I just kind of wanted to try it out and listen to it and have a little bit of a listening party. And, you know, let's see what we think. So currently I'm on the SM7B in my studio. This is the mic that I use for all my YouTube videos or most of my YouTube videos. And this is the current space that I normally record in. So that's what you're hearing now. But in a minute here, I'll show you a sample of what the Tascam sounds like in this space so that you can compare. I'm kind of curious to compare it myself. So just after having done this initial test, this initial tryout with this device, there are a few things that I like about it. So first of all, it's a touch screen, so that makes it really easy to navigate. I really like that. It makes the UI much more enjoyable and easy to navigate than some of the other field recording devices that I've used. They also have presets for various things. So you'll notice, bumped my camera. So you'll notice here there are dynamic presets for the mic that I can choose from. And then there's also, I'm in a field recording preset. So there are a few other presets that you can use depending on the application that you're in. So that's pretty nice. I also like to just control things on my own because of, you know, that's just from my experience doing audio stuff. I like to adjust things independently, and you can totally do that if you want to. So there's a range of ways that you can use this, and I think that's pretty good. And you can also plug in external mics, which is pretty handy. It's pretty standard on a lot of field recording devices like this, but honestly, I probably wouldn't go for one that doesn't have that option, because sometimes you just want to be able to plug in a different type of microphone to get the effect that you want. So that is essential in my mind. And then the other thing that's pretty cool about this, let's see if I can manage to do this while looking through the viewfinder, you can rotate these mics that are built in. So you can get different types of stereo spread depending on how you rotate them. There's also a low cut option, which again is pretty standard, but pretty helpful when you want it, right? And then you can also click on here. This is kind of where I was living while we were recording. You might see it a little bit in the video, but basically I like this view because you can see the meter a little bit better. It's a little larger, and then you can easily adjust your gain on your preamp, you know, the gain for your microphone here. And there's even further flexibility here with this high input gain option. So when I click on this, what you'll notice is if you look here where it says plus 32 decibels, that's going to shift and that's going to change so that you have a little bit more range to work with in that preamp level. So you can set it to low or you can set it to high depending on what you're working with. And there's also this auto gain option here if you want to use that. I prefer not to, just because I'm used to setting the gain myself and I'm confident with my ability to do so. But for someone starting out, this might be a really great option to try. And another nice thing for something like a field recorder is that this goes up to 32-bit float. I do have a video all about bit depth. If you're curious, I'll put a link to that in the description, and I'll probably put a card up here on the screen. But it's just great to be able to get high quality field recordings with something like a 32-bit float option. But I'm not going to do a review here. I'm just testing it out so that we can have a listening party and enjoy some of these spaces that Monse and I found. So when we're out recording these, I just think about how close to Monse I want to be. So I listen in the headphones and I think about the direct signal hitting the microphones versus how much of the reverb the microphones are picking up. And that's how much of the natural room reverb for the space that we're in, right? And then I set my gain levels and then just go for it. So nothing super fancy here. I'm just using the internal mics, just testing out the device, seeing how it sounds, kind of like from a stock, direct out of the box kind of situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a sample here in a second of what this sounds like here in my studio, and then we can have our listening party listening to what we recorded around town. So I'll have chapters outlined, and I hope you like it. All right. So I'm holding it. This is me talking into it. This is me trying to make sure that my phone isn't blocking it. I'm sorry if the view kind of sucks, but this is me just trying to get a good recording so you can hear what it sounds like in my room compared to the SM7B. That's it. Okay.
My wings are heavy, your love is messy, my skies are raining, your mark is staining, the halo's broken from words unspoken, you left me falling, heart broke, I'm crawling. That's a little bit from my song, Even Angels Get Tired. Is this real? Am I finally my own dream girl? It's a big deal. It took a while to get me here. I've got them all living on the edge, waiting for me. But I don't really want any of them. Vibes. De la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo, de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Okay, all the blushing is hilarious. Is this real? Am I finally my own dream girl? It's a big deal. It took a while to get me here. I've got them all living on the edge, waiting for me. But I don't really want any of them. Cool. There's nothing better than being with you. It's you who brings the sun and stars to lighten up my life. There's nothing better than seeing you. Although there's many sights to see, I still think you're the best for me. And I love you. And I need you too. I always want you in my life, forever and ever. And I always want you by my side, so I'm telling you now. De la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, viene bajando un par de ojitos ojos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones.
So that's basically it. But like, dude, I was looking at this thing and I want to play with it more because they have all these different modes, right? I was showing you the field recording mode, but they have stuff like this manual mode where it has an actual mixer in here. And you can have, you know, all 4 inputs, it looks like here. So mic is the stereo mic config here, and then you can add 2 more. And you can have like a little mixer of sorts in here. It looks like there's panning. It's pretty rad. And then also like some of these modes, I really want to dig into this more. But they have like the music mode, which could be great if you're just recording music in your house. They have like actual effects and stuff. And each of these modes, they have a little description for you here. But like, you know, if you know, for example, if I'm here looking at manual and I want to go into field recording, I can just click on it if I know the icon. It's pretty easy to use. I kind of want to try the ASMR mode and the music mode. They also have a podcast mode, which could be really good for some people. Record podcasts of up to 2 people, includes 2 sound pads for jingles and sound effects. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Oh my gosh. I don't have headphones plugged into this, so I can't really play the sound pads for you right now. But I just wanted to kind of point this out because it's so much fun. And then, you know, just before we close up, another thing that I think I forgot to mention here is for the gain here, you can also use this little red circle here to scroll it up and down if you're not comfortable using, you know, it's kind of a small space to use your finger, but you can use the scrolly wheel, which is actually pretty satisfying to use. But yeah, that's it. I just kind of wanted to point out a couple other things because I was just messing with this after editing my video, and that's how I got here. So yeah. Okay. All right, so that's it. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'd appreciate all of that stuff. And I do have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/CatoNoise, and my patrons get access to additional content. We have a Discord server we're hanging out on. We're running a book club on the Discord server. It's been a lot of fun. So check that out if you feel so inclined. It does support my channel. This is a small channel, so everything helps a lot. And thank you to my patrons. And other than that, I come out with new videos every Wednesday, and thank you so much for hanging out. Okay.
What are we doing, Cato?
Setting up the Tascam PortaCapture X6.
Wow. I wish I had a Tascam PortaCapture.
I know.
Can you say cheese?
Yeah, I did.
It's Cato. It's cool, huh?
You know?